Hello everyone and welcome back to another Bimmer Fixer video. In this video I'm going to be doing the bushings in my rear sway bar, my e60. I'm going to be using these polyurethane bushings from PSB. If you saw my last video, we did the bushings on the front sway bar, used these bushings, and they've been absolutely fantastic. So I'll put all the links for PSB in the description. Really good quality product, really good, fairly priced, and the customer service is brilliant. So yeah, I really recommend those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jack the car up, get it on axle stands, get it secure, and then I'll show you where these rear sway bar bushings are and how we get them off. Okay, so the car's up in the air, got it up on axle stands, and the wheels are nice and chocked. So this is the rear sway bar just here, the rather scabby looking one, which we're going to deal with in a second. So we have one bushing just there, you can see, and you have the other one a little bit further down. Now they're held in place with 13mm nuts and bolts, so there's one either side, one there and one just there. You're going to have to secure the other end of the nut because it's going to free spin, so just pop a spanner up on the top, and then you can just use the 13mm socket to take that one off. Because the bar is in such a state, I'm going to give it a rub down and a quick coat of paint and some rust killer, just like I did on the front. But I'll get you set up at a better angle so you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll go from there. Right, okay, so I hope you can see that okay. So we've got our 13mm spanner, and we're just going to pop that on the nut there. And then if we can... just let the spanner go and rest on the subframe. There we go. Okay, so once you've removed the nuts and bolts from each side, I forgot to advise actually, it's probably worth rubbing them down with a wire brush and giving them a squirt of penetrating fluid just to give you a helping hand. But once they're all out, you can just lower the bar down and you can twist the bracket round. Mine's extremely crusty. So then the bush, if you give the bracket a bit of a push, Jesus, yeah, so that's horrible. But yeah, so once that's off, then you can just prise the bush open and drop it off like that, and you can just repeat the same on the other side. I'm going to give this bar a quick wire brush and rust treatment and a paint, because as you can see it's horrible. So I'll do that now, and then I'll be back with you when I'm ready to install the new ones. Okay, so just while we're waiting for the roll bar to dry, we're going to give the brackets a quick clean because they're absolutely minging. So we're going to use a brass wire brush. You can use a drill attachment, my drill's just gone dead. Yeah, you just want to get rid of that corrosion in the bracket, so you can just give it a bit of a scoop out and you'll see it just will come out like that. So get as much of that out as you can, and then once you've done that, you can give it a blast with some brake and clutch cleaner. Again, you might need a brush just to give it a bit of an agitation. I'll do a little patch here and show you. Oops. There we go. So you can bring them up pretty well. So I'm going to crack on with that while the bar's dry, and then, like I say, I'll bring it back to doing the fitting of the new bushes. Okay, so that's our roll bar treated, painted, and dried. So we're ready for our polyurethane bushes from PSB. So just to remind you that the M Sport ones are slightly different to the standard SE one. So the M Sport is a 16mm diameter bushing in the centre, and the part number is 646K. So what we're ready to do now is, with a little bit of silicone grease, try not to use copper grease, I mean, especially if they're rubber. With there being polyurethane, it's not necessarily so bad, but it's always best to try and use silicone grease. Pop a little bit in the middle, and then what happens from the top, you see that open up there, and then that will pop over the roll bar, and then we'll get ready for our bracket to go over that. So I'm going to probably do it off camera because it's quite fiddly and I need to put everything into that, because as I said, they're quite stiff. But yeah, so I'll get that sorted and then I'll show you what it's like after. Okay, so the polyurethane bushes are in place. Just wanted to add a bit of a side note because they are quite tough to open up. So what I did was from that way round, opened it up, from the top, sat it on the top of the roll bar, and then pulled down. And as you pull down on the bushing, it helps open that gap up there, and then it slots over and then pops down. It helps with the grease. So yeah, so now that's in there, we'll get the bracket. The brackets are, oh, I can find one. The brackets are handed, okay, so there is a left and right, but you can see there, this is the right hand one, so there's an R for the right and an L for the left, so you can't go wrong. So we'll get these brackets on, and then we're ready for the final look. Okay, so that's our polyurethane bushes fitted to our rear sway bar on our E60 from PSB. Again, really impressed with the quality of the product, so I really do recommend them. But yeah, I'd say just make sure you don't tighten one bolt before the other one completely. Do them alternately and get a nice even compression on that bracket and on the bushing itself, because you don't want to pinch anything. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. If you've enjoyed the video, please get a thumbs up. If you've got any questions at all, or you got any queries about part numbers, please let me know. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And if you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much, guys. See you again soon. Bye bye.